Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to Mew Gaming, the channel where we try to bring you news and gameplay throughout your week. Today I'm going to go through some of the top news stories that I have here on my laptop right now. So we'll start off with the main headline: Trump pledges forceful action on Syria. The US leader says a response will come shortly to Saturday's alleged chemical attack in Syria. Now, this is something that I personally haven't actually read much on, but Donald Trump has a lot to say on it. Let's see if there's a video on it. I want to watch this video. Not really. Let's read. So we can find out. Donald Trump has said that nothing's off the table when it comes to the US response to suspected chemical weapons attack in Syria. So what is on the table? There's a whole video on it. Like I said, I haven't really looked into it or read much into it. This is something that's only just recently come to my attention. Was there a big chemical attack? Who knows? Something, again, I'm going to have to look deep into it. But this is just a headline news for you. Don't particularly want to go too much into it. I'm going to do a lot more research into this particular topic. It's going to be big, and by the sounds of it, Trump isn't. Obviously, he's not happy. I'm trying to work out if he's being accused of it or there's something that's happened and he wants to get involved. One of the two. I think something's going to happen. It sounds like eventually Trump's going to have action against Syria anyway. Let's hope not, for the sake of everyone else in the world. Now, in the background, guys, just to let you know, you're going to have some Fortnite gameplay, something to watch while I talk over the headlines. And then later on today, or maybe tomorrow, I will do my research today, actually, and I'll put up a video on the main subjects that you guys want. So make sure you do comment down below, and I will read through the headlines, those specific topics from the headlines that you guys want to hear and see. Now, hopefully, there's going to be a lot of comments saying I want to read this and whatnot. So I'll go through the rest of the headlines. Obviously, we've got the Donald Trump one. Let's go through the next one. Germany and France strikes ground flights. Doesn't sound like that's majorly important. Just some Air France services are cancelled. AIM strike action, hitting thousands of passengers. Could be big to those people who care. Another one is Zuckerberg testifies. What can we expect? Now, this is obviously to do with the Facebook. Obviously, you know Zach. The Facebook founder faces 2 days of questions in Congress of privacy. This, I'm assuming, is huge. A lot of people are going to want to understand and know what is going on. Now, Facebook is something that everyone uses on pretty much a daily basis. And when it comes to privacy, we don't want our pictures to be linked across the world. Now, my sister, I'm going to go with this because I found this very disturbing. My sister's picture was actually removed and taken from Facebook. It was searched on I Googled. They typed in my surname, my real life surname, and my sister's picture came up. We then got a notification of this because she was told that your face has been used on something, and it ended up being some form of drug trafficking site. My sister was then questioned, obviously, as you would expect, and obviously we found out that it wasn't true. Now, this is something that's been happening before. We reported this to the people in... There's no weapons here. The people from Facebook, and they responded with us saying anything that is put on Facebook is deemed for you give permission to be used for any other content. So that is something you guys are going to have to look and be fully aware of when you do put anything on the internet, be it Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. These things are instantly uploaded to other sites like Google, especially if you have the little tick box on it. So just really look into it and be careful before you put anything on there. Make sure your settings are up to date and on point. There's a guy in this building. Now, we are players that we're playing at the same time as trying to do the news, just so I can give you some content. So I've been talking about both in this game. I haven't actually got a... Okay. Well. Anyway, the next story is Russia ex-spies daughter discharged. Not something that I'm going to dive into. We have China warns against Cold War mid-set. This is something to do with business. And then your YouTube's most watched music video hacked. Okay, interesting topics, really. I think we're going to go with the YouTube one for this video. Let's see what it says and go through that. Despicato, I can't even say that name. YouTube music video hacked plus other Vevo clips. Okay, so YouTube music video for the hit song Desperado, I don't know how they say it, that's, which has had over 5 billion views, has been hacked. More than a dozen other artists, including Shakira, Selena Gomez, Drake and Taylor Swift, are also affected. The original clips had been posted by Vevo. The video has been now removed, but its cover image had shown a group wearing masks and pointing guns. The hackers calling themselves, I'm not going to go through what they call themselves, you guys don't need to know that. They write that they should free Palestine underneath the video. Okay. Several of the clips remain live at time of writing, so I'm assuming they're all shut down now. There's not going to be anything you can look at or actually Google or whatnot. That's why we're bringing you this. Are those the actual video content itself appears to be unaltered? Many titles have been changed to include the names of the hackers, but only some feature the replaced cover image. Okay, so there is pictures of the news story itself with this. Both YouTube and music video hosting services, Vevo, have been contacted for comments. A Twitter account that apparently belongs to one of their hacks posted, "It's just for fun. I just use the script, YouTube changed title video, and I write hacked. Don't judge me, I love YouTube." So, I've not heard this video. I don't even know what this music video is. I don't want to play it, obviously. It's not my content. But that is slightly worrying for people who do YouTube videos quite a lot, knowing that someone can just get into it. And apparently all he wrote was YouTube change title video, and he changed it to hacked just by using the script. That is kind of really is worrying. If they can hack into something basic like that, what's stopping them getting into anything else? Obviously that's not like a massive news story, it's just something little I thought we would have a conversation about. There's a lot to do with it, really. Cybersecurity seems to be this huge issue at the moment, with the whole thing with Facebook as well, and now YouTube. It's not going to be long till things like Twitter and Instagram are also going to be hit. Hopefully you guys can share me your views on this as well. Leave a comment in the comment section on if you're worried about this. This is something that could be quite devastating for technology in general. We have taken leaps and bounds in the last couple of years of technology, and things just seem to be getting worse and worse, and now YouTube's been hit by a hacker that kind of... It's not like it's a small person. People like Taylor Swift are getting hacked as well. Like that's kind of big. So we're going to move on to the Mark Zuckerberg. I hope I said his name right. But he's been preparing for the biggest test yet as Facebook chief executive, facing not one but two hearings. Interesting. Some view this season as little more than political theatre, a chance for politicians to be seen on TV. We don't care about that. There might be some truth in that, but never have we heard such. Okay, so from that first couple of lines, they're just saying that Facebook apparently is leaking information on big people. Let's say, we could use someone. Let's say, for example, back in the day, Margaret Thatcher had Facebook. Okay. Now let's say that she posted on Facebook that she was planning on doing something that she shouldn't be, or she was at a club partying and tweeted put a picture up. They're saying that People, this is getting leaked, and they're saying that it is Facebook's fault, which I don't think that's true. Let's just keep reading, but never have had such inflected access to a man who is typically wrapped in cotton wool by his RP team. His open prepared statements have already been released, okay? But the marathon session scheduled on Tuesday and Wednesday will throw up far more. So this is not happening till today anyway. And tomorrow. Hopefully it's alright. I mean, I don't think he's going to be leaking information. He doesn't need to leak stuff to make money. I mean, let's be honest, he makes millions of pounds in advertisement alone. And Facebook is, to this day, and probably for many more years, is still going to be the #1 social media platform sort of thing. People are always going to use it. It's how it does anything like Twitter. It's just going to be there for a long time. But apparently it's all focusing mainly on private data, which is, you know, again, this is something I'm saying with the whole YouTube thing as well. This is, if someone can get into YouTube, nothing's going to stop them getting onto your Facebook. Now, there's a whole thing about the Cambridge scandal. That's something that they want to bring up on his talk, and they want him to inform them why that happened, if anything came from his site because of it. But there's a line here that says why it took newspapers to discover the breach of its system. Okay, and we'll be expecting some hard questions. Again, it's not like this is really big news. This is something that Facebook's been trying to deal with for a long time. And Facebook's always going to be bombarded with, is it safe? Are there people who are going to be able to access my stuff? Will I be able to do this? Will people be able to, yeah, and so and so. So the main thing I'm seeing from the headlines is these things. It's all to do with how the internet is becoming a very dangerous place, and people are using old scripts and things. And they are. I mean, if you are able to actually access scripting on sites and things, you will see that their coding system actually isn't always up to par. A lot of the time they're not even updated, they're just left to be themselves and continue the previous way they were. Do I think Facebook is going to get closed down? No, I think they'll just, if they find anything to it, they'll just charge him a fortune. He'll be fined. He'll be fined a lot of money. He will then be told that he has to up his security. He may spend time behind bars. I doubt it though. I think the main stories are the whole Donald Trump incident. What is going to happen with Trump? Which is something I don't particularly want to get into. I want to leave that and do that at a later date. I think that is a story I need to fully read and fully progress into people. Cyber attacks are still happening, obviously, and I want you guys to be very careful of what you are putting out on the internet at the moment. And that includes just commenting on videos. I know I asked you to comment on my videos, but make sure you comment sensible things so you're not putting silly stuff on. Be smart when you're doing anything online, and just be fully aware of these sort of things. Now to the gaming news side, stuff that's been hit before gaming news. We have some updates coming up today. I don't know if Fortnite's updates. I think it is. That'll be Thursday actually. We've got an update on Thursday for Fortnite. Not entirely sure what it's going to be. I think it's going to be the new weapon. Which is something you throw on the ground and it will build a building structure for you. Kind of cool, but kind of pointless at the same time. You're also going to have the Overwatch update is happening today. It's the 10th today, so it happens today, and that is the Uprising event, basically based on like the Blackwash sort of thing, the dark evil side. So if you do have Overwatch, make sure you check it out. It's going to be a pretty good game to play. It's the most popular events at the moment for Overwatch, so definitely have a look at that. Later on this year, we are going to get some big titles as well. I think a lot of people are looking forward to Spyro Remastered. I know that my family is. My wife is very into her Spyro, so that is something that will be coming in September, I do believe. A long way away, but something to look into as well. Now, currently, we just had PAX as well. There's going to be some news on PAX that will be flooding through as time goes on. Now, anyone who cares about any other games, Overwatch, it's just been spoken about Neverwinter updates. The new mod is coming along quite well. There was a developer talk on it. That is, again, something you can go read on. People who actually care about other games such as RuneScape, I know it's an odd title and something that not a lot of people actually do play anymore, but there's a lot of things going on there. Again, something that I'm not really going to bring to. There's other YouTubers who actually care about that sort of style. Apart from that, guys, not much really else to talk about in the news segment today. It's Donald Trump talk will come. I will be reading onto it and actually checking everything is 100% what I want it to be, and make sure it's not some huge theory that's going on. That will be a whole video coming to you at some point. Most likely, I'll read it all and try and get it out within the next day or two. Give you my opinions on that as well. The YouTube shooting, obviously I did a video on that recently, and hopefully you guys check that out and leave a comment on that of what your views is. Not much more has come to light on that, but it kind of seems a bit fishy that, you know, YouTube is being hit again here with this whole cyber attack on being hacked. Maybe YouTube needs to up their security in both person and online. But guys, I've been your host, Mew, and hopefully the news, it's not like it's a big news story. I didn't have time to fully read it. I'm just going off what I can see on my laptop now. Well, hopefully you guys, that came to some help and helps you not having to go off and read the news. Do keep an eye out for the talk on this Trump situation with Syria. That is definitely coming soon. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.